Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Wednesday, so that means it's lucky dip time. I am very proud of myself because I am on time starting today. It's been a problem for me for a while, but I think that's just a problem for me in general. It's not just for streaming, but I'm getting better. This is like the second time in a couple weeks that I've started like pretty much exactly on time. And I am so on time that I had time to draw the 4 items using the random number generator and get them all out and make sure that I actually had them and they weren't something that I gave away and didn't update my spreadsheet or something. So I am like ready to go. Oh, Exy, hello. Wow. Boom. Straight in there. Hello. How are you? Exy, the xenobotanist. Interesting. So is that like extraterrestrial botany? So I think xeno just means outside or something. I can't remember what it means in Latin. It just means like outside, like foreign or something. I like it though. It sounds really sci-fi, like you're going on a, like you're a botanist, but you're going, I don't know, like you go on trips. Oh, okay, good. Exactly, alien botanist. Sweet. Oh, and not to ignore your other message. I'm so glad to hear that you're good and I'm good too. Oh, I got it. So maybe that's why I was thinking that. I stole it from Avatar. No, that's good though. I was wondering about that. If I was gonna see you today, I was gonna ask you about how your botanist endeavors were going. So that's cool to see that in your name today. The xenobotanist. Take a little sip of water. So, the only thing I didn't get out yet is my How to Draw a Manga book that I've been using. Let me get that real quick. So I am like ready to go. I don't have to rush or cut any corners. It's so nice when I'm able to stay on top of things. I got a couple clips to clip the manga book open once I'm ready for that. Something with the supplies that I got, I guess I'll start by introducing the paper I'm going to use, because I ended up getting almost exactly the same as last time, which is just like a bunch of black and white ink stuff. This time I got a mechanical pencil too. So this collection of items is very amusing to me because this is kind of like my basic drawing kit anyway. Like there are no surprises in here. Like this is what I usually draw with a graphite pencil or some pencil, and then I ink it with an ink pen, and then maybe if I want to fill it in, I will, I don't usually use this thing, but I will like fill it in with some sort of like bottled ink or something, and then use a white gel pen to put little highlight details on the end. So no big surprises. No, I'm not gonna have to work my brain too hard to figure out how to use these items. So to make it a little more interesting or different from last week, because last week it was so similar lineup, I just had a red pen instead of this. I think I had a bunch of black and white stuff. And so I am going to use this toned paper, but tan. So last time I used the toned paper, but it was gray. So I figure I'll switch between them so that it's not just a bunch of the same stuff in 2 weeks in a row. Because I know no other reason why it makes a difference whether I use gray or tan. So that's what I'm going with. This is the paper I'm going to use. Just regular drawing paper, but it's tan colored. And let's see. Yeah, I can draw on the back of that. I'll get the sticky note off the front. So let's see. I'll just put it here for now. Going to introduce these items. Let me fix my monitor real quick. There. It was kind of facing like this, and I wanted it facing me more like this. So, yay. My husband got me a longer cable for it. This is my secondary monitor from my PC. Not that you can see any of it, but I always have this monitor over here so I can look at stuff. like the chat and to make sure OBS is doing all right for the actual streaming process and stuff. And it's been annoying because the cable it came with wasn't long enough to pull it close to me over on this workspace. So he got me a longer cable, and now I can like put it wherever I want as the cable is so long. It's really great. Anyway, that's just a little side note about my studio setup. The first thing I drew, the first number I drew was 175. Interestingly, all the numbers went from big to small, but I just used the random number generator, hit enter and get a new number. So the first thing was the Alvin Draftmatic mechanical pencil. Oh, this is the wrong one. I need the one with 7mm lead. I think that's this one. Luckily, I just have them. Oh, no, that's different. Where is the 7mm one? Okay, hold on a second. I got the wrong one. This is the Draftmatic pencil, but this is 0.5. 0.7. Where are you? I know you've got to be in here. Nope, that's a different brand. Well, I might use the 0.5 anyway because I don't want to spend too long on it, but I'll try to find it. Pretty much all my mechanical pencils are right here in this thing next to me, so let's look through these. None of those. Oh, what about this one? Oh, nope, this is that Plumchester one that I like, that I always use. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up a mechanical pencil, so I like pretty much all mechanical pencils, even like a little cheapo one that's cost like $1 or something. Still does the job, unless it breaks, then it sucks, but maybe I don't have that one anymore. I even can remember having two different ones, but maybe that's why I don't have it, because I was like, I don't need two. Well, whatever, I'll just use the 0.5. It's not that big of a difference. It's just slightly smaller lead. Oh, Exy says there's no little thing better than a second monitor and long cable in terms of electronics. I once had a second monitor for a short time. When I lost it, felt like I lost a limb. Yeah, it's so nice. It's just so handy. I use it all the time for everything. Like not just work stuff, but just so convenient to be able to divide your workspace of what you're looking at, even if you're just doing something fun, to have something over to the side where you can look at it and not have to be switch windows all the time. It's so good. Okay, well, I'm just going to use this 0.5 millimeters. I will actually cross this off and put 0.5. Just so if I ever look at this sticky note in the future, I'll remember that I used 0.5 one. So I can't find the other one. I probably gave it away to my youngest sister because, oh, this is really cool. I just realized, oops, but I changed the lead and I don't remember what it was on. Okay, let me finish my first thought. My first thought was I probably gave it away to my youngest sister because when she started college, I was like, oh, I have tons of supplies. If you want to come over here, you can just take whatever you want. So I might have given it away to her, or I might have just given it away when I purged my studio last year. So anyway, I can't find it. It might be in another bag or something, but whatever. I have this one. And I just remembered that it has this cool little thing on the end. Well, I guess I'll hold it up because it's so hard to see. Gonna focus camera? Let me press the button. Oh, it's really hard to see, but what's inside of this little square right here is a marker for what type of lead you've got in it. So like, I know you can't really see it, but that says F for fine, and here's like H for hard, and here's 2H, 4H, and then 2B, B, HB. I think it was on HB before I was just messing with it mindlessly. So hopefully that's what's actually in here. Doesn't matter that much to me though for mechanical pencil, but that's really cool because that's like an art specific thing. So that's really nice that a mechanical pencil. This is like a mechanical pencil designed for visual artists or anyone who cares about the hardness of the lead they're using. So, yep, that is the first item. Wow, it took way longer than I expected because I didn't realize I got the wrong size. I'm still going to wonder, after this stream, I'm going to look for it. And if I don't find the 0.7 millimeters, I'll just take it off of my spreadsheet so I don't accidentally get it again. So the next thing that I pulled, the next random item, is this Plumchester, let's see, it says Plumchester 1.5 fine brush pen in black. And actually, I've gotten 2 of these. So this is the older one. You can tell because it's all beat up looking and yellowed. But I got the other one out too, just in case this one is kind of dead or something. And then I'll have the other one to use because it's pretty much the same thing. I just got one later. So that's the second thing. The third thing is the Uniball Sino gel pen. They called it broad. It just says big. So I guess broad nib is appropriate. It doesn't literally say broad on here because it's like it's a Japanese version of the pen. So it's got all irasto, kaku, I can't read it. I can read these individually. Black paper use. So for use on black paper, I guess it says howaito, white. And I don't know exactly how to read this, but it says big letters, so it's a broad nib. Anyway, I'm not going to get too sidetracked trying to read my pen. I was just doing Japanese studying right before this, so my mind is still in the, oh, let's try to read this. I do that all the time anyway, though. Whenever I have anything with Japanese writing, I'm like, oh, let's try to read it. Anyway, here's the last thing. It is the Krink K70 ink marker. So it's interesting because in my spreadsheet I wrote paint marker, but this clearly says K70 on it. And so it must have just been described as a paint marker in whatever Art Snacks box or whatever I got it from, because that's what I used, the little card with the list of items. That's what I used to create this spreadsheet. I used the terminology from that. But this is an ink marker, so it's basically like a giant pen. So if I can get it off, it just has this like massive nib. And I believe with all these Krink markers, you can use tweezers or something. I mean, I guess you could use your hand if you don't mind getting it dirty, but you can take the nib out and put a new one in, or a different size or something, or shape. So that's kind of cool. And I know exactly how I'll use it. Well, I don't know. Let's look at the pose, and then we'll see if what I'm thinking of is how I'll use it. So let's see what pose we're on. Not that one. Oh, here's the one we did last time. So we're on pose number 17. And it's called Over Here. So it looks like a person calling out to whoever. It looks like they're waiting for their friend or something. I'm right here. I'm over here. Okay. So I'm trying to decide if I want to read about it now. No, don't read about it now. But I am going to use this. So this is a vertical. This is taking up a lot of vertical space. So I'm going to use this notebook like this today. Because one, I'm left-handed, so I don't want this freaking ring to, I don't want to have my hand on the ring drawing. So I will put this note over here, and this side will be my test sheet, and this will be where I draw this pose. Whoops. But first, before doing the pose, let's just test out these items, especially to see what they're like on the brown paper and how they work with each other. So first, the Alvin mechanical pencil. Yeah, pretty good. Nothing to complain about. I'll put Mick pencil. just write down what it was. Yeah, I think this is HB. Okay, so the next thing is the Plum Chester brush pen, and we'll see if this old one has still got some life in it. Oh, not bad. A little dry. Let's try the other one just to see what it's like. The newer one. Oh yeah, it's much juicier. Well, I'll still use this one because it's not terrible. It does have a little bit of that dry brush effect because it's definitely not as juicy as the newer one, but it still has some life in it, so I'm going to give it a chance. So we'll say Plum Chester 1.5 brush. And then the next thing is the gel pen. Not bad, but it kind of skips. Maybe if I do it slowly. Nope, it skips on the way back. So that's something to keep in mind. Or it's just like dry. It's got like a dry bit stuck or something. Well, when it does write, it looks nice when it's not skipping. Uniball Sino Broad. Okay, and then the last thing is this ink marker. Oh wow, it's not even much bigger. In fact, it's smaller, but it's much more black than this ink. So that's interesting. What if I use it on the tip? Oh yeah. You'd think the line would come out bigger, but since it's a round nib, it's actually making thinner lines than the brush pen, so that's really interesting. Oh, let me write Crink K70. Okay. So I guess let's look at the pose. See what it has to say about this pose. Literally, that's what it says. About this pose. So this little box. Spirited and giddy, left arm reaching out, well, up and out, appears ready to jump. Waist bent at right hip. Okay. Huh. I guess it means twisted, because it looks more like twisted than bent. I would say bent is like, but this looks more like the hips are twisted. Though that doesn't make sense because this leg is in front. I'm confused by that tip. Well, I'll just ignore it. Raised left leg. And then the little specific tips. Tilt the hand back a bit at the wrist so the position looks natural. I'm holding my arm up just like this character. Hold on. Hold on. What? Over here. I'm going to extend the fingers like this. Because if this pose is called over here, to me, okay, so the hand being clasped by the face, that's okay. That seems all right to me. But if I'm trying to, so this is just me personally, but if I'm trying to get someone's attention, be like, over here, I would make myself as big as possible, which is hand is out like this, not little. So I'm going to change this. But tilting the hand back, okay, sure, like this. Okay, I like criticizing the pose. Well, I'm just figuring out what I'm going to do with it, because I don't have to copy it exactly. Okay, the bone of the elbow of a bent arm should be angular rather than perfectly smooth and round. That's true. I have noticed that. Even now I can feel it through my sweater, like, look at that. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, even with a thick sweater on, it's angular. Okay. The foot should turn inward at the ankle. I wonder about that. But I'll just go with it. But it looks a bit awkward to me. Well, I'm not going to waste too much time. Too much time analyzing. Just draw it. Just draw it. Okay, it's a couple other points. To create a sense of motion, the hair should be loose and flowing away from the body. And then add creases and folds to the dress where it flares outward toward the sides. So it's like, whoosh. Okay. Good. Where'd I put my clippies? Oh, here they are. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. This is gonna be really easy because all of these materials are stuff that I'm super used to using. So it's like a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's kind of like a rest day, just like I can take it easy. It's also in some ways a bad thing because I'm not really like trying anything that new. I mean, this pose is new, so that's something. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna flip this because I don't think I need to see these test things, and then it gives me a little more room if I flip it like this to draw. Flip it on the inside. Okay. Alright, here I go. So I want to make sure to leave room, so I'll put the hand right about here, I think. I'm trying to avoid my usual, although I've been doing good recently, but my usual pitfall of drawing things too high or low on the page, and then I end up not having room. So actually I'm going to do this just a bit different than what I'm seeing here. Just a little bit. Because I figure if this arm is going way up, then maybe the side of the body would be tilting too, to help get that arm as high up as possible, because maybe she's like jumping to get attention up from above a crowd or something like that. So I'm going to put a little bend in the spine here. So Exy, what are you up to today? Anything fun? Are you working on a new post for your blog or anything like that? I didn't see how to subscribe to updates or anything, so I've just been thinking about just asking you about if you got anything new for me to read on there. It's okay if you don't, though. You always are doing all kinds of interesting projects, so I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have a new one because you're working on another project instead. Okay, so oh, I'm running out of room. I think I did it anyway. I ran out of room anyway. Well, if I just make this foot actually on the ground, it does say ready to jump, not that the person is jumping. So if I do that, then her foot can stay on the ground. Yay. Although, I think that if the hips are bending down like this, then the knee of this one would actually be lower. The knee of this leg would be lower. Okay. And she's got like, her wrist is right in front of her shoulder, and then her elbow sticking out a bit. Okay, and then her hand is like this, up ways, and then here's the forearm. And here's the pointy elbow, just like it said. I'll get some fingers in there. Good. Okay. Now her chest. So this side will be raised up, higher up than this one, because of the way the arm is pulling the body up and stretching out this other side of the body. Okay. Good. Aw. Sadly, nothing interesting at the moment. Oh. I was informed today that the agency I'm working for will be ending our project in the next few weeks, so I was looking for new work for the whole day. Dang. Well, I hope you find it. Does it seem like it's gonna be pretty easy to find something new? Oh, Satuita, hello! How are you? Thanks for joining me. How's it going? I wonder if you went on a walk today, because it's so sunny. You usually go on a walk down the greenbelt. It's sunny like this. Okay, so the thumb will be like this. Okay. I want to make sure to put the thumb on the correct side. Okay, so the thumb would be sticking way out because, see, I'm making this part of myself, but she's like, hey, hello, I'm here. Hello, my friend that I'm waiting for. That's what she's doing. In fact, the fingers would probably be even more spread apart than what I've done, but this will be good enough. I don't want to have to redraw it. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, that says over here more to me than this. Oh, nice. Eating chips. I went for a hike today, Polecat Gulch. Oh, nice. I think it's been a long time since I used to run the trails over there a lot, but I think that's one of the ones I like a lot because it has a good parking area, if it's the one I'm thinking of. So it's like easy to get to, and there's always, or usually always, room to park, and like there's a nice bathroom and stuff. Maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. No, I think it is. Is that the one with the big dandelion sculpture? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's Military Reserve. Okay. I think... there's an eraser on here, so I can use it. I mean, I would use it anyway, but... I made the face too long. Shorten up that jawline a bit. Bring it up ways. Oh, it's not Polecat. I've definitely been to Polecat, but I just can't remember anymore. I used to go on trail runs in that trail system like every week back when there was a trail running group, and I haven't done it in a long time. So, how was it? Was it nice? Was it cold? Because it was freaking cold last night. Wonder if it's still cold today. I haven't really gone outside, if you can't tell. I am like a hermit, and I just stay in the house unless it's rainy or snowy. And then I like to go outside. Polecat is right at the end of Collister Road. Very simple to get, especially from my place. Ah, I see. Okay. Wow, I think that the main body is pretty much good to go. I'm going to put the clothes on. Okay. Just looking at what kind of outfit this character has on. I guess I'll mostly copy it. So first off, she's got like this kind of floppy shirt with a big neck opening. Oh, Exy says, feel like I could find some freelance projects soon. Oh, good. But this one was a long project, was just part of, so it's more steady instead of working on short projects. Quite honestly, not as stressed as I used to be about work because of all this back school thing. I think I can say I'm a student, not unemployed. Oh yeah, that's true. Good. Good, I'm glad that it's not as stressful as it might be. Oh, Satoita also said, biting wind. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But the first half is steep climb, so it was perfect. Yeah, so that wind actually becomes a welcome friend that cools you off as you climb up the hill. So this shirt in this picture is really interesting because it's got like this poofy sleeve, almost like there's elastic in here. So that's what I'm gonna go for it and make it a big poofy sleeve. And of course it should be like making wrinkles down because the arm is raised. Alright, that's good. And then the other sleeve, so it won't be so poofy up at the top, it'll be like poofy like right here. Okay, and then aside from the poofy sleeves, the rest is actually pretty body conforming, so I will just get a few lines here showing that it's being pulled up by this raised arm. And that's good. That's good enough. And it's tucked into the waistband of her skirt. Yeah, I like that you have her chest raised with her arm. It's more accurate than the example. The entire chest goes up when you raise the arm. Yep, you missed it. I was doing my do-it-myself thing for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. You know. Not that it was on camera or anything, but probably hear me making noises as I tested out the pose. And then as I drew, I was like, I mean, you can raise your arm and not move too much, but it's just impossible to raise your arm as far up as she has it, and it's like the elbow is hyperextended and everything. So yeah. Yeah, I made an executive decision there to do it a bit different. Okay, so she's got like a little small belt, like a decorative belt on here. I love that I got a freaking mechanical pencil. It's so easy to draw a pose when I get an item that I'm really used to using. This hand is bugging me a bit. Ugh. But okay, I think that's better. So the skirt they gave her is like a kind of like a trumpet skirt or something, so it like flies out at the bottom but is pretty tight around the hips. And then oh, I did her leg. I forgot to put this part of the leg there. I'm gonna do it a little I'm gonna do it a little bit different, just have it a little farther back. More straight back than the example. Oh, something like that. There. Okay. Okay, I gotta stand up and figure out. It's bothering me which knee should be in front of the other knee. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put the raised knee in the front. I understand now. The raised knee goes in the front because when I was raising my knee just now... Hold on, I'm looking at my knee. Okay. Toward the inside it's round, and then toward the outside it gets a little sharper, like that. Anyway, raising the back part of the leg up, it's kind of like the deal with this. Raising the back part also raises up the thigh a little bit. There. Yay. Okay, so the skirt's coming up right about here. Because this leg is raised, it's kicking up the skirt too. Okay, I'm gonna go wee-oo like this, and then kind of copy the example with the outfit over here. And then there, and then this part is like this. Copying the example here too. Okay, and then the back of the skirt is visible too in some places. There. And I'm just gonna do little scribbles in them so that I remember what this is. Remember what I'm doing here. Okay. That's good. That's good. And then her shoes. They're kind of weird. I think I'm just going to give her my favorite Japanese fashion that I don't think is in fashion and I don't think has been in fashion for decades, but I love those big, floppy, loose socks that were in fashion in like the 90s. I love them. Those big, huge, giant socks. And they were still in fashion enough when I went to Japan in 2001 that they were in the stores, and I wanted them so bad, but I didn't have enough spending money. But they were like as tall as me. Like the socks were like 4 or 5 feet long so that you could scrunch them up for your whole leg. Could have this big, fluffy, scrunchy material, and I loved it so much. But I was just too late to enjoy it myself, and it was never a fashion here that I'm aware of. It was similar to, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Similar to 80s leg warmers, but instead of being a leg warmer, it was just like this long sock that then you would smoosh it down your leg or whatever. I always wanted them. I'm pretty sure you can still get them, but I don't have any occasion to go out and look fashionable, so I'm not going to spend my money on that right now. My own weird fashion. I can express my fashion in these drawings. So she's got really basic shoes in the example, so I'm just going to give her what look like, cotton slip-on with a rubber bottom, kind of super simple shoes, just like the picture. And then this shows the sole of the shoe a little bit off to the side there. Okay, good. Yay. Now, so they've got a, well, whatever, I'll give it to her. She's got a bag, like a crossbody bag on. And I'm like, do I want to draw it? But I'll draw it. I always give my character a bag when I my character in Animal Crossing, one of my favorite things to do every day is go to the clothes shop in Animal Crossing and buy anything that I want that's there, and then change my clothes for the day. And every day I give my character, there's very rare, the only time I think I don't give my character a bag is when I'm wearing a nice kimono outfit, because I don't want the sleeves to get tied up, because they tie the sleeves up when there's a bag, so I'm like, no bag. I want those sleeves to hang down. That's like one of the few times when I don't give my character a bag. Okay, and it's flying up because she's jumping. So that's good. And let's, well, I can't even really see it, but I wanted to indicate that there was like some hardware right there. And this is a little off right here. That's a bit better. Okay, so I'm losing these fingers a little bit among everything else. I'm just going to go over this real quick. There. Now, her hair and face. Just gonna copy. I like the hair, no problems with it. Just gonna copy the hair. In fact, it makes it easier because it's got these long pieces covering the ears, so I don't have to worry about drawing the ears or anything. And then she's got this headband. Let's see. Look at the time real quick. A little bit less than 20 minutes. So this is great. I am just exactly on time today. Still, I don't need a rush or anything. No, I said that earlier, but it's still true and so nice when I get stuff started on time. Okay, so her hair is flying up because she's jumping and saying, hey, hello. And they've got it in these sort of separate tendrils, which is more like she curled it rather than being necessarily a naturally set curl. And then there's also a piece coming from here. Like that. Alright, good. And then there's a little bit flying up over here too. And, the example image doesn't have any in between the arm, but I guess it's because I drew it a little bit different. And I guess the puffy sleeve might be here, but I think that there should be another piece of hair right here. Okay, now for the final detail, which is the eyes, which are always deceptively difficult to get right. I'm going to draw the circles so that I can see where they are, and then add the eyelash line on top of that. And then it just sort of has a little line for the bottom eyelash. It's sort of cutting it off. And then like that. And her nose is like way the heck up here. Probably because she's got this like really big happy mouth, like, "Wah," and so it's taking up all the room. And then her eyebrows are not really too visible in the example, but I'll make sure to draw them. Ugh, there's something off about it. I gotta try again. I did all that work. Or maybe it's just this one eye. I think the one eye is too low compared to the other. So yeah, it already looks better taking that one eye away. Oh, she looks like she's looking the other way. Maybe there's too many other lines going on here. I'm gonna try again. So this is what I was talking about. It seems like it should be so simple. Draw two eyes. But when it's in the context of all this other stuff that I've already drawn, it gets really hard to make it look right. But that's why I'm practicing. Practice makes perfect, or practice makes good enough anyway. And maybe it's also because I didn't make the iris big enough. Yeah, I like that better. Make the iris nice and huge because it's anime. Well, it's manga technically because it's a manga book, but in my vocabulary, I just call this anime style. Even when it's a otome game illustration or whatever, it's basically anime style for me. Okay, that's better. That's much better. And I just realized I want to draw some lines here to show the hair behind her head. Yay! Now I'm done with the pencil. Oh, I smudged. Well, I can clean that up later. Let me get a sip of water. It's getting warm in here. It's probably from my computer. Okay. So, it's interesting. The crinked marker actually makes smaller lines, though the Plumchester can make even smaller lines if I'm more careful. So I'll use the Plumchester brush pen for doing the ink lines on here. Oh yeah, plus they're the best. Brush pens are the best for doing hair. Little tiny detail on hand. Oh yeah. You get nice small lines out of here. Oh, I just got the notification. I got 10 more minutes. Oh, seems alright to me because I'm on... I think this is a good pace. I think that for the supplies I have today, the biggest amount of work was just getting the main drawing onto the page. The rest of her hair. Okay. Some of this is pretty messy, so it's kind of hard to tell which lines should be on top of other lines. Trying to pay close attention. Dang it. I'm smudging this pencil all over the place. Brush is good for these fluffy parts of the sleeve too. Whew. Trying to get these curves on the dress right. Or the skirt, I mean. Guess that's good. Yay. I think that's good, but it is bugging me that I have a few smudges. So, let's see, where is it? Just gonna get my kneaded eraser out from my regular illustration kit and just clean it up a little bit. I wanted to leave all the sketchy stuff so that it would, I like my Lucky Dips to show that I used everything in the final product. But smudging it with my hand is not using it. That's just an accident. Okay, that's better. It was just bugging me. Especially there was one right here and I was like, ugh, I can just see its exact size of my pinky. Okay, so I think I'm done with this brush pen as well. So let's use the big crink marker. Figure I'll just use it for filling in areas where you need a lot of black ink. Oh, am I even on? Okay. I was getting so into this, I was not paying attention to where I was drawing relative to what the camera sees. I'm actually not done with this because I forgot to actually ink her jawline. There, that's better. There's actually not too many places to use this. Ugh, this cap doesn't like coming off. I'll do a little bit under her head. Maybe back here. And show that that's behind her. And also maybe it helps with keeping the hand from getting lost. Alright, I've done so much now, I gotta just do the whole thing. That's fine though, because it's helping to differentiate some stuff. Because it's all kind of merging together and getting lost. Oh, but she does have this black headband on, too. Yeah, that's good. So, now I think I wanted to make her eyes black. Although I won't use this, it's too big. I'm going back to the brush pen. There. Now I can finally use the white gel pen that seems to be sort of dying. Hopefully it will just do enough. Like, I'll put the little shinies in the eyes. Ooh, it really stands out on the paper. Ew, just cleaned the bird feeder. Was yucky from the snow weeks ago. Well, good. Good, cleaning that out for the birds. See, I'm gonna make her bag a shiny color. I'm gonna make it so that it at least reflecting the light. And this little thing on there is shiny. Maybe a little bit of this strap reflecting some light as it flies up. Oh, and her hair, of course. Love adding the light values on tinted paper. So satisfying. Yes. It's like the best part. But you've got to do the other stuff first to really enjoy that contrast. So it's like, thanks to all the stuff done in preparation. So nice and satisfying. Also, for an anime drawing like this, it's satisfying because you can do these little extra hairs flying around. And who cares if they're realistic? It is really fun to draw. Let's see, maybe I'll make her skin a little bit shiny just for funsies, not because it's realistic. And also just to help it be a little more three-dimensional, because even though I made the hair darker, ooh, I just saw some more areas where I want to add some more dark now that I'm talking about it. Still kind of blending in, like what parts are in front of each other. Oh, definitely. I mean, I know I said these were like cotton shoes or something, but I'm gonna do a little shiny on it. Just because it's fun. Just because it's fun to do. Same thing on the skirt. Not thinking about whether this stuff would actually be so shiny. Just like, what looks good? Where needs a little bit of extra visual attention? That's the kind of thing I'm thinking of. Yeah, I gave her some teeth. The example drawing didn't have teeth in it, but she gets some teeth. So congratulations, you have teeth. Congratulations, my drawing. Little teeth. Yep, she gets some teeth. Okay, I better stop because it is, like you said, Satowita, it is so fun to add these highlights on. If I don't stop myself now, it's gonna be too much. I mean, it's already kind of getting there. So, I shall sign this. Yay! 2023. Hooray! That was so fun. The universe gave me a whole complete set of tools that I'm absolutely 100% familiar with. Nothing new. It was a nice, like just a fun lucky dip, not a challenging lucky dip. Oh wow, my camera really is struggling with this tan paper, but with the color of it. It makes it really cool for some reason, but it's much more warmer looking than that. Anyway, here is the up-close version of the drawing. All fun. White marks are so fun to add at the end. Oh, there it goes. Yay! And it seems perfectly timed to be done because it says I have been streaming for 1 hour and 3 minutes. So, hooray! Nice job. Thank you. I do think that going through this book has been helping me improve my anime style drawing skills. So, when I'm done with it, I'm definitely going to just pick up another one because you know I've got like 1,000 in here. So, well, not literally 1,000, but I've got like at least like half a dozen, maybe a dozen. Well, anyway, that'll be it for today. I'm going to be back on Friday with Chibi Friday, and it's going to be a brand new chibi because I finished the Orca last week. So it would be awesome if you guys can join me for that. But even if not, I was really happy. I had such a good time. I'm really happy to see you and had such a good time chatting with you as usual. So thank you for joining me in the chat today. And for everybody who's watching, even if you weren't in the chat, that's it for today. And thank you for watching.